Today, we are going to dive into a tool that could seriously change how we build apps from the ground up. It's called Google's Firebase Studio. So let me just start with a question. What if you could build an entire full-stack application, I'm talking front-end, back-end, all the connections, in basically the time it takes you to make a coffee? Sounds a little crazy, right? Well, that's the exact promise we're going to explore today. You know how it usually is. Building an app is this massive, complex puzzle. You're juggling a dozen different tools. You're wrestling with manual setups. You can spend weeks, maybe even months, just to get a simple prototype working. But this new approach, it just completely flips that script. It takes all that complexity and makes it simple, turning weeks of work into just a few minutes. And the tool making this all happen is Firebase Studio. Think of it as this all-in-one AI-powered workspace where you build everything, your website, your server logic, even your mobile apps, all in one single spot. So what's under the hood here? Well, it's all powered by Google's Gemini API, which is where the intelligence comes from. You get live previews, so you can see your changes instantly on web and mobile. It supports all the major frameworks you're probably already using, so you don't have to learn a whole new thing. It's got real-time team collaboration. Oh, and the best part, it's 100% free to use. Now that collaboration feature is really something else. The best way to think about it is like Google Docs, but for code. Seriously, you can literally see your teammates' cursors flying around, making edits right alongside you. It's a completely seamless way to build together. So how do you even start? Well, you don't begin with a blinking cursor on a blank screen. Nope. You just start with your idea. You just describe what you want to build, and the AI just takes it from there. The whole process is incredibly simple. First, you just give it a prompt, plain English, describing your app. Then, Gemini's AI kicks in and analyzes your concept, figuring out all the feature you need. And then, bam! In seconds, it generates a complete project plan, which it calls a blueprint. And we're not talking about some flimsy outline here. This blueprint is super comprehensive. Let's take an example app, like Lightning Notes. The blueprint will lay out the entire project structure for you, give you a detailed list of features, and even suggest cool AI enhancements, like automatic tag suggestions. It'll even create a full style guide, colors, fonts, the whole deal, and recommend a modern tech stack like Next.js and Tailwind. All that initial planning that takes forever? Done. Automated. Okay, now for the really cool part. Once you give that blueprint the green light, Firebase Studio doesn't just hand you a to-do list. It actually starts writing the code for you. And you can literally sit back and watch this happen. The AI starts by coding those special features, like the tag suggestions. Then it builds out the entire user interface using those frameworks it recommended. It puts together the dashboard, sets up all the pages, and this part is huge. It runs a final error check, finding and fixing bugs automatically before it even hands it over to you. It's like having a super fast AI developer doing all the heavy lifting. And just like that, in a matter of minutes, you've got a finished product. We're talking a fully functional application sitting inside a professional development environment ready to go. Now, you might be wondering about the quality of this code. Is it just some auto-generated mess? Absolutely not. The editor itself feels just like VS Code, so it's super familiar. And when you look at the code, it's clean, well-organized, and uses professional, industry-standard libraries like ShadCN UI. This is legit production-ready stuff. And you don't have to mess with setting up a local server or anything like that. Right inside the workspace, there's an instant live preview. You can test your app on web or mobile simulators and see how it looks and feels right away. It's awesome. And when you're ready to save your work or share it, it's a total breeze. You just connect your GitHub account, and with a couple of clicks, you can push the whole project to a brand new repository. Version control is baked right in from the start. So at this point, we've got a beautiful-looking prototype, but it's running on fake static data. The real test is turning this into a real-world app, with a live database and actual user accounts. And this is where Firebase Studio just gets incredible. To add a live database or real user authentication, you don't go and write a bunch of back-end code. You just update your prompt. That's it. As the source material says, for all these Firebase features, you don't have to write a single line of code. The AI handles everything. I mean, just look at this transformation. Before, you had static dummy data, you tell the AI to add a database, and now it's a live Firebase database. That fake login screen, it becomes real user authentication. And now the notes are actually stored securely for each individual user. It's gone from a prototype to a real full-stack app, just like that. So let's just zoom out for a second. What does a tool like this really change? This feels like a pretty massive shift in what the future of building software is going to look like. All right, so let's just quickly recap the big takeaways here. First, the speed is it's unheard of. You're going from an idea to a working app in minutes. You're doing it all in one single workspace. And you're getting pro-level code and seamless integrations with databases and authentication. And the fact that all of this power is completely free, well, that just opens the door for so many more people to build things. And that really leaves us with one final big question. When the AI handles all the tedious stuff, the setup, the boilerplate code, the configuration, what are we, the humans, freed up to do? Well, it lets us stop worrying about writing routine code and start focusing on the bigger picture, architecting better ideas, designing amazing user experiences, and solving much more complex problems. So the real question is, where do we go from here?